Alright, hi kids, this is Miss Lisa at Reynolds Township Library. Glad we have this time together. Today we're going to be making a plastic bottle plant container. And so what I want to do with you real quick is I just kind of want to review the materials that you should have gathered on your scavenger hunt. Some plastic bottles, one, any type will do. The easiest one to work with is going to be your 2-liter pop bottle. They're easier to cut. We're going to make sure you have string. We want to have some dirt, plant cuttings, and or seeds that you may have gathered, a bowl if you need it, and some water. What I want to tell you is if you want to decorate, what you want to do is you're going to want to do some painting first. Spray paint or hand paint or do the outside decorating because it's kind of hard to do a little bit once you've gotten your plant inside. I just simply used some different rocks, squiggly eyes, glue sticks, shells, some old jewelry. If you use markers, try to use permanent markers, okay? So those are your items that you're going to need to make your planner. Now when you go to make your planner, again, I want to really make sure that you understand this. You're a parent or an adult, you cut this. It can be a little difficult, so we do not want you cutting and using knives because of the dangers that could be involved. So if your parents do cut it, what you want to do, what I did that was a little easy, you're going to want to cut it kind of in the middle, and this is the section that we're going to use. You can use both. So you're going to cut right in the middle, get it started, and then once you've got it started, what you can do is you can use your scissors to kind of finish it up and go around. When you're done, you should have 2 pieces like this. If it looks a little funky on the edge, which mine kind of does here, what you want to do is just take your scissors. It's not as hard once you've got it cut. It cuts pretty easy. So you can go around and just kind of clean it up and get it a little smooth. And then throw away your cuttings. The other thing you're going to want is to make sure that your parents put your holes in, because again, it can be a little difficult. I found, again, using a knife, or if you have a hole punch, I didn't, just poking your holes in at least 3 or 4 sides. So once you've got your container painted, if you want, you've got it cut in half, you've got your holes in it, we wanted you to take 3 pieces of string, shoelace. If you have wire, you can even make a rope with tape. Whatever it takes. It doesn't have to be real fancy. So you're going to take it, and you've got your holes. You're going to take your string and run it through there. You want to push it through the holes. It's going to be a bit challenging, but you can get it through. Once you've done it, take it, knot the top and the bottom. You want to secure your string so that your planner doesn't fall and drop all over and spill and make a big mess. So there's one. If you want to do just 2 holes or 2 strings, you can. Kind of just kind of push it through there. Best thing to do is if you're having a difficult time, twist your end and push it right through there until you got it, and then pull it through the hole. I actually made slats, and so that's why it's a little bit of a challenge. But once you've got it, you just work it a little bit, it'll come through. So again, tie off your pieces on the side. You want to do it twice and make a good knot so it's stable, because you're going to have dirt and plant in there. It's going to be kind of heavy. Then you're going to take your 3 pieces and you can tie them off. Again, make a knot. Bring this 3rd one up. Just bring it around and tie it. So what you're doing is you're just creating your own hanger with the string. So, biggest, most important thing, doesn't have to be real long. It's the size that you want it to be. The most important thing is that you've made a secured knot, okay? So now, you've got your hanger. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put mine in the bowl. Because sometimes they'll sit like this, sometimes they won't. So I'm doing it just for the sense of when I put my dirt in, it just doesn't spill all over. You can do this outside. So I have my soil. Hopefully you gathered that outside in the yard. And you're gonna just pour it inside of there. Okay? That. And what I'm gonna do is I have my cuttings. I want to point these out to you. Cuttings can be anything. I used my, I saved my pumpkin seeds from last year, so I started those this year. So I can take those and put them in. One more very important thing is you want to make sure they have a root on them, because the root is where the plant is going to take in the water, and having the leaf is where they're going to take in the sunshine. So together, between the carbon monoxide that we blow out of our mouths, the water and the sun, they make their own food. That's called photosynthesis. So anyways, you can just put that in there. This right here, you might have seen these in your own yard or all around. This is a daylily. These get very big. Now this is a different kind of a plant. It has what you call a tuber on it. You'll notice that it's kind of round. I'm just gonna put it right inside of there. I've got my dirt on the bottom. Put these in because I'm going to be adding more dirt. And this plant right here is what we call bulb. This was a hyacinth. So I'm going to just put them all right in there together so that I've got maybe a nice little colorful flower pot when I'm done. This is another seed I started. This is what you call a 4 o'clock plant. And when you're done and they start getting too big if you want, you can just take them out of there and plant them in the ground, because they will make it, they'll plant and they'll grow in the ground and they will come back. I'm going to add more dirt. And if I need to, I'm going to add a little more. Okay. So I've got some dirt. And I want to make sure that my root is nice and buried. I've got plenty of room for my plant to grow. This I decided to add to it. All this is, it's actually plant food. Dried leaves in your own yard. You can just kind of crumble them up, put them in there. It just adds extra nutrients to your plants. Remember, everything that we're using is recyclable. It's good for our environment and it's good for our plants. Now, I'm going to take my water and I'm going to pour it inside my planter. Are you going to notice the water is filling in, going down into the soil because it was very dry. That's the neat piece about the bottom, is that all you have to do is kind of crack it, and if you've got too much water, it'll just drain out. And you don't want a plant to sit in full soaking water because it will rot and die. So you can just kind of loosen the cap and let it drip, and then you can tighten it back up. There you go. And your plant is nice and watered. There's this. Now on the top, if you want, you could go over here, add some shells, add some decorated rocks, some rocks, put it in there, decorate the top. I have some rocks already that have words on them, like love. We did those early in the year if you still have yours. But you don't want to smash your plant down and bury it and ruin it. So you've got that. That also helps to absorb moisture. If you want to still decorate your pot, I just use some old jewelry. You can clip it right on there. Bring a little color to it. Little sticky pieces. Take a marker, write a happy message. Have a great day, or have a sunny day. See how easy, if you use a permanent marker, it'll stay. Have a sunny day. This will stay on there. I'm writing fast, but you can take your time and write a little neater. You've got your hanging planter right here. I'm going to put that one over here. You'll notice what I also have done is there's a couple different fun things you can do. Once you've got the bottom, if you do use the bottom, it doesn't have a drain. So what you can do is put rocks in. Any kind of rock will be fine. Pour your dirt in. These are other plants that I found in my yard. This is what we call a lily of the valley. They bloom in early spring. They have a beautiful smell to them. Everybody usually likes them. When you're done, you can throw them in your yard and they'll grow all year long. Here's another one. You can just put those in there. You can add more rocks if you want to. I'm always collecting rocks. Whoops. Put it around it, kind of secure it. That makes a nice little drainage. Like I said, because we don't have a drain on this planter. So you've got some rocks in there that kind of absorb it. Again, you can write little messages on there, give these as little presents. Here are a couple other little ideas that I decided. This one, again, is a bottom one. I just decorated it. This is a basil plant. I already had a plant, so I just put it inside of it. I thought of this one last night. I took one of my battery operated candles. You can cut it, decorate it how you want. You can put it in your yard. It actually lights up the bottle and it gives it a red glow. It's a neat, different, unique idea. You can save your planters, and when it becomes the holidays or the seasons, change them out. Use old leaves, pine cones, acorns. One thing I wanted to show you real quick is if you don't have plants, you can use seeds from the store. I hope if you did go on your scavenger hunt, you may have found some seeds out in the yard. This is a maple tree seed. It's got a wing on it, so when the wind catches it and it falls out, it blows it over to another section. But if you look real carefully, if you break open the end of this, there is a seed inside. That right there, and the chipmunks and the birds love it, that is a maple tree seed. And you can plant that right into the ground. And it'll take 100 years for it to become a tree, a big one, but eventually it'll get there. So, I just want to let you know when you're done, you can have them sit like this in your yard. You can use nails or a hook wherever your parents allow you to hang it. Or if you have a hanger in your yard, you can hang it over here. And this were other cuttings I had at my house. So this right here, if you have a hanger, put it on there. Put them around your yard. Share them with your friends. I hope you enjoyed making plastic bottle planters today. Have fun with it, you guys. Get as creative as you want. The one thing I want to say is this Friday, look at the Facebook, YouTube, so you will see the materials that you'll need for next week, because we will be making recycled paper bookmarks and maybe these little seeded shapes. So hope you have a great day. Give me some feedback, ideas that you may be wanting to try this summer as we do the videos. Have a great day.